Okay, well, my dear students, in the last video lecture, already I have discussed about the center of mass and law of conservation of the linear momentum and its explanation, and also I have discussed about the definition of center of mass and some brief explanation about the center of mass and position vector of the center of mass. And what is the center of mass? If we consider a system of particles and it is consisting of a n number of particles, and in that n number of particles there is one point, in that point the whole mass of the system is concentrated. Okay, then and its motion is the same as would ensue if we apply the force on the whole system, that is equal to the, if we apply the same force and that point, and that point we are going to call it as a center of mass. Okay, and in that center of mass today we are going to discuss about the position vector of center of mass. I hope in the last class already I have discussed about the position vector that I have derived, the position vector of center of mass of the particle of a system of particles. Mathematically it is denoted by position vector r is equal to summation over I 1 to n and mi ri divided by summation over I 1 to n mi. Okay, here I have considered a two particle mass system, and this is a mass m1 and this is a mass m2, and the position vector of mass m1 is r1 and position vector of mass m2 is r2, and this is separated by distance r, and this point we are going to call it as a center of mass. And now for a two particle masses m1 and m2, the position vector we are going to write like this, that is r is equal to m1 r1 plus m2 r2 divided by m1 plus m2, right? And here r1 and r2 is nothing but the position vector of mass m1 and m2 respectively. If the center of mass, if the center of mass lies at the origin, means if I am going to take this whole system at this point is nothing but a center of mass. This origin is nothing but a center of mass. So if the center of mass lies at the origin, the coordinate of a system, that r becomes what? This r becomes 0. So if r becomes 0, means here I have taken one more diagram, here mass m1 and m2, this center of mass is nothing but a center of origin. Okay, then if r becomes 0, then this equation is converted like this, means r is 0, then m1 plus m2, if this m1 plus m2, if we will take on this side into m1 plus m2 into 0, that is becomes 0. So directly I can write it as a m1 r1 plus m2 r2 is equal to 0, and m1 r1 is equal to minus m2 r2. I have taken this term on the right hand side. So take m2 on the denominator side, r1 on here right hand side. So m1 divided by m2 is equal to minus r2 divided by r1. So thus the center of mass, this center of mass divides the line joining of the two masses in the inverse ratio. Here it has divided, this is r2 divided by r1, it is in the inverse ratio, it is divided. Okay, this center of mass is dividing the line joining of the two particle system in the inverse ratio of their masses. And here this position vector r2 is positive, and here r1 is a, that is negative term. This is all about the position vector of center of mass. Okay, next one is a position vector of velocity of a center of mass. Right. Next one is the velocity of center of mass, and we already know that the position vector, we know that is the position vector r is equal to m1 r1 plus m2 r2 whole divided by m1 plus m2. From the previous relation I have taken this one, means I have considered only two particle system. Then the position vector r is equal to m1 r1 plus m2 r2 divided by m1 plus m2. Now actually I want velocity of the center of mass. Here this one is nothing but a position vector of center of mass. Now differentiate this equation with respect to time. Then differentiate with respect to time. Then this equation becomes, so I am going to take this term on this side. So m1 plus m2 r dot. Here r dot is nothing but, I would like to write like this, r dot is nothing but dr divided by dt. Usually we are going to represent the rate of change of displacement, that is we are going to write usually v, we are going to write it as a v, but here I have written it as a r dot. Okay, so this one is a r dot and is equal to m1 r1 dot plus m2 r2 dot. Here only differentiating term is r. Why? Because this mass is constant, only position is changing. So when we differentiate this term, then we will get m1 plus m2 r dot, m1 r1 dot plus m2 r2 dot. Now here r dot is equal to m1 r1 dot plus m2 r2 dot and divided by m1 plus m2, or we can write like this, this is v is equal to m1 small v1 plus m2 small v2 divided by m1 plus m2, and this is about the velocity of center of mass. Okay, so this r1 dot is nothing but what? R1 dot is nothing but, here I have written as a, here R1 dot is nothing but V1 and R2 dot is nothing but V2, right? So this is a small v, this is a capital V, right? So capital R dot is nothing but V, vector V. This is all about the velocity of center of mass. And next one is a acceleration of center of mass. So how we are going to find out the acceleration of center of mass? This is the equation number, can I write it as a equation number? Actually previous one, there is a 1, here this one we are going to take it as a equation number 2. Okay, or we can write it as a equation number 1, this is the equation number 2. Then next one is the acceleration of center of mass. Acceleration of center of mass. And we already know that is a velocity in the center of mass, that is v is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, now if we differentiate with respect to time again, then what we will get? Means the rate of change of velocity is nothing but an acceleration. And similarly, here I am going to differentiate equation 2 with respect to time. Then dv divided by dt is equal to, or m1, better I have to write here, m1 plus m2 dv divided by dt is equal to m1 dv1 divided by dt plus m2 dv2 divided by dt. Alright, and this dv divided by dt is nothing but, that is an acceleration term. So the rate of change of velocity with respect to time is nothing but an acceleration. Can I write m1 plus m2, that is a and here m1 a1 plus m2 a2, and the acceleration term a is equal to m1 a1 plus m2 a2 divided by m1 plus m2, or we can write like this also, or r, that is capital R double dot, is equal to capital R double dot is nothing but a acceleration, and here m1 r1 double dot plus m2 r2 double dot divided by m1 plus m2. This is the equation number 3. This is the acceleration of a center of mass. Okay. Okay, this is all about the center of mass, the position vector of center of mass, and the velocity of center of mass, and acceleration of center of mass. And next we will discuss about the linear momentum of center of mass. Okay, next one is that is a momentum or a linear momentum of center of mass. Here this one is a linear momentum of center of mass. In the last derivation I have already derived the velocity of center of mass, that is already we know that is capital V is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 divided by m1 plus m2. Alright, or we can write like this, m1 plus m2, that is capital V plus m1 v1 m2 v2. Right, m1 plus m2 is nothing but the total mass of the system, that is capital M, and this is a V, capital V, and here m1 v1 plus m2 v2. I hope you may remember in the last video lecture already have discussed about the linear momentum. Linear momentum we are going to represent it as a P. Okay, means the linear momentum, it is nothing but a product of mass and velocity. Right, so we can write like this, mv is nothing but that is capital P, can I write as a capital P, and m1 v1 is nothing but a p1 and plus p2, and the total linear means the linear momentum of center of mass is equal to the linear momentum of the individual particles. This is a linear momentum of first particle of a mass m1 and linear momentum of a second particle with a mass m2, and the total linear momentum is equal to the individual linear momentum of the particles. This is all about the linear momentum of center of mass. Okay, this is the final relation. Okay, thank you.